Welcome back, kids. Glad to see you again. If y'all watched my last video, I'm positive that y'all remember this right here. Well, this ain't good. Yesterday, my mount broke that holds my Masso on there. Well, I'm happy to report I now have the solution to that problem, so it will never happen again. This boy right here. Let's talk about it. So Stingray Design and Manufacturing reached out to me and offered me a free sample of this to try out. And I think it's going to work great. They send real simple but nice instructions here. Got your hardware screws that you're going to need to install this thing. And this is made out of solid aluminum. This is a 1" by 2" aluminum tube. And on each end is 3/8 inch aluminum plate. So the tube is 3.5 inches long, and the overall length is 4 1/4. So let's get this thing on my machine and see if we can't prevent that disaster from ever happening again. Okay, the first thing we got to do is get behind the Masso here, and we got to remove this screw from the bottom of the mount so we can get the Masso unit off and out of the way. So let me do that first. I'm going to be using my Milwaukee 90-degree angle tool. That thing is handy, and I'll show you how that works. It's awesome. And I'm also using my Railer ball nose bits Allen keys there. So the first thing we need to do so we can have easy access to this bolt on the bottom of this mount is remove your Y1 wire right here. Set it out of the way. And we can easily access that bolt, especially with that 90-degree attachment. Nothing to it. Now I need to just lift this off, put it over here to the side. That way we can remove this original mount and replace it with the new Stingray. It goes unplugged. And these, the nut is held captive back here on the back side, so you don't have to worry about holding those with a little wrench. Whew, but you do got to worry about your drag chain rail falling. So anyway, all right, I'm good. Go ahead and take this out. All right, ready to put this on, and the instructions say you put the end that has the heads of the bolts against the machine. So it's going to go just like that. So let me get one of my screws here. And I'm going to put the screws in on this side first, because that way the Stingray will be held in place pretty good while I come around on this side and get my drag chain put back where it needs to be. Just gonna snug it. I'm not putting it on tight yet. And that right there, you see that angle I had to use to get in there? If I was using a normal Allen wrench, that wouldn't have worked. But since that's that ball end, that lets you do that at an angle. I showed you a different set that I have on the last video, but this one here is real handy too. It attaches to the drill. Oops, did that wrong. Talking when I should have been working. All right. All right. I don't want it real tight yet. So I'm going to bring you around here and show you how to put this catastrophe back together. All right. As you can see, I've already got a screw kind of started in here just waiting on me, and I'll show you why. This thing come apart on me, and it goes on this. This is just part of your plug-in for your Z1 and X1 wires. Well, you just push this back on there. It just kind of clips in place. No big deal. And then just move it back up here. Get it lined up with the screw right there. And I'll get it just started just a little bit right there. And that right there is perfect. So, because those nuts are encapsulated, they're captured inside this plastic piece right here, which makes it real handy, especially working over here on this side because it's tough anyway. So let me get that other screw, bolt in there. Keep calling them screws. Okay. Tighten this one down. All right, cavemen, if you haven't already done so, this is a perfect time to give me a like. And if you haven't subscribed yet, you can kind of elevate your caveman status by subscribing right now. Like now. And if you'd like to elevate your status to cool kid mode, and seriously, who doesn't want that? Now's a good time to become a member of my channel. Simple to do, hit the join button below. Alright, so that is snug as a bug in a rug right there. Let's get the mount on this end, and we'll be about through with this thing. And just going to let you know, I do have a surprise extra product spotlight coming up later, whenever I finish this. Alright, so this is simple enough. I've just got these bolts that come with the Stingray. They are going to go through here and right here. Oh, I'm going to need my drill and my little wrench. And by the way, I'm using a 5/16 inch wrench. I know these are probably metric, but a 5/16 fits it perfectly. So I'm just going with that. All right, got that one started. Man, I can't believe Onefinity hadn't already come out with an extension like this. Everybody that has one knows this never was right the way it came. And by the way, Stingray is located in Ontario, Canada. The owner's name is Mike Bendick, and he is a super nice guy. I think y'all enjoyed doing business with him. He's one of the good ones. One more thing, I'm looking for suggestions for my next video or maybe my next several videos. If y'all have an opinion on that, something you'd like to see, post it in the comments below. I'd sure appreciate that. Man, I think we got it right there. All right, let me get the Masso put back on there. Get there. Get my Masso back up here. Get that off there. And there we go. All I gotta do is hook these wires back up. Let's see if I have any problems with that. This is the X1, which goes right here. There again, had trouble hitting home. I know. Z1, and then there's one down here that was the first one we took out, which is the Y1. Now then, plenty of slack still in the cables there. They're not stretched by any means. And, oh man, I hope this works like it's supposed to. I think it will. What I did before, the mistake I made, was I honed my machine and I had my Masso turn like that. Well, when it come up here and home, spindle hit it right here, broke the mount. I'm gonna test it. I'm gonna turn it on. We'll just see if the spindle comes that far. All right, let's test this joker. I'm gonna turn the Masso the way it was when my spindle hit it the last time and broke my mount. Just gonna home it and see what happens. And if y'all don't believe I've already tested this off camera, you must be nuts. Looky there. 2 inches of clearance. That's about 3 inches better than we had before. So I'm tickled to death with that. I feel real good about this one. Now for the next surprise product spotlight. All right, the next product that I want to tell y'all about, a lot of you are already using one of these, but I'm sure there's a lot of y'all that have not even heard of this. This is something I've been using in my shop for years, and I don't know how I would get by without it. Let me show you. All right, this is an automatic vacuum switch, and I've had this one for probably 6 or 7 years at least, and I use it with my miter saw. My miter saw plugs into this top one, and anytime I turn on the miter saw, it energizes this outlet down here, which has my shop vac plugged into it. Shop vac stays in the on position all the time, so that whenever that outlet engages, it automatically comes on. But I've even found a cooler one. Let me show you this next one. This is the double barrel. It's another vacuum switch, but the way this one works, same thing, except it has 2 outlets. So the way I use that, my dust collector plugs into the top one. This is my planer. This one over here is my drum sander. So when I turn on either one of those, it's automatically going to turn on my dust collection. How cool is that? Both of those vacuum switches plus every other tool or little gadget that I use in this video can be found in our new Amazon storefront. I'll have a link to that in the description below. Y'all be sure and check that out. I make a small commission off of anything you buy through my storefront, and that helps support this channel, and I definitely appreciate that. So I believe that's it for this one. Thank y'all so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.